Thank you very much indeed. Well, it's a very big night in York tonight because an amazing light show is about to be switched on at the wonderful York Minster. Our Duncan is live there looking absolutely freezing cold, but you're going to be doing the big countdown, aren't you?
Christine, it's absolutely freezing here in York, yes, but this is the plunger that goes forward to set off an amazing light show here at the Minster, because tonight, yes, we are in York! And I've brought just a few people along to help us celebrate Christmas and start off in style right here. Now, the Minster in a few minutes' time is going to have Britain's biggest optical effect projected onto the side of it. It had a similar effect last year, but this is even bigger and better, the biggest in Britain. You will not believe what you're about to see in 10 minutes' time. Do you think it's going to be great, gang? They think it's going to be great. It's going to be great for the city of York. Also this week, they've also found out they're going to get £2 million to invest in all the tourist attractions. That's going to go on so many different things. To help us to find out what, we've got Gillian Cruddas with us tonight, who's head of tourism here in York. Thanks very much for joining us. £2 million is an awful lot of money. Can it be put to good use here in York?
Well, I'm sure it can. York's already a great place for visitors, but what we're going to look at spending money on is improving the city's attractions and museums, lighting up the public areas and the magnificent historic buildings, and the city walls, and all sorts of things to make it an even better place to visit.
And obviously the people who we've got here tonight think it's pretty special anyway. They come out in their thousands. It's amazing, isn't it?
It is. It's a really great start to the Christmas celebrations. We've got not just Christmas shoppers, but also people coming to parties and short breaks, and from now until the run up to Christmas, I think we're going to be really busy.
Okay, Gillian, thanks ever so much for joining us here on camera tonight. Don't get too close to that plunger, because if we push that too early, there could be big problems. But just once again, is everybody ready for this switch on here in York tonight? It's the perfect Christmas mood here already, and as you said, you will not believe what you're about to see happening on the side of the Minster. Come back to us in about 8-10 minutes' time. Do not switch off, do not go anywhere, because you will not want to miss any of this. Christine, for now though, it's back to you in the very warm calendar studio.
Duncan, I will not move from this seat, and it's great to hear the people of York in such fine voice this evening. We'll see you in what? 7.5 minutes probably now. See you soon. Well, a charity has warned today that the government can do more to help elderly people heat their homes. Help the Aged wants the elderly to have access to affordable heating. It has a stark warning. Many people are being left to die in the cold. Calendar's Eunice Muller reports.
Every winter it's the same for many pensioners. Keep warm or eat, warns the charity Help the Aged. It's a dilemma which has forced Jane Reid from Morley in Leeds to run up debts. She can't afford to put the heating on.
My pension don't cover what I'm owed out. And electricity, gas and other amenities that I have to pay out. And if I move, I won't skip me bills.
Today, groups for the elderly claim 21,000 people die every year, 2,000 in the calendar region, because of the cold winter months.
An awful lot of old people live in older houses, Victorian houses, that are drafty and difficult to heat. The result is they are damp and cold all winter. And in some of the poorer areas, research has shown that 22% of people can't afford the fuel.
Help through the current £200 winter fuel allowance is being topped up this year with a further £100 for the over 80s. But at 72, Jane will not qualify.
If I'm going to pay £300 to older than 60 or 70, then why not make all pensioners the same?
According to the charity, the current situation is a national scandal. They want the government to provide better heating and insulation in homes, so Jane and others aren't worried about keeping warm. It's advice many pensioners hope will be taken up in the not-too-distant future.
Eunice Muller with that report. Well, coming up, university boffins reveal how to make the perfect slice of toast, something we all need to know, of course, and we're back with Duncan for the countdown to the big switch on over in York. But first, more news from your part of the calendar region.
Thank you, Christine, and welcome back to the Calendar East News Desk. A 63-year-old man has been left without electricity in his home for 16 weeks because of an alleged wrangle between two power companies. Charles Seward's caravan near Lincoln has been without power since August, when a fire at the bungalow next door destroyed the fuse box. He's written to his suppliers, Powergen, and the distributors, East Midlands Electricity, but is still waiting to be reconnected. In the meantime, the only way of heating the caravan is to leave the gas cooker on.
Yeah, when it first happened, you see, of course it wasn't too cold at all till about, well, it's only really this past 5 or 6 weeks that it started really getting cold at night. But so I didn't really, it don't dawn on you, does it, until it does start getting cold. But you keep thinking, oh well, yeah, they'll be coming out soon and all this type of thing.
Powergen have told us that the new East Midlands Electricity's responsibility, and they claim that Mr. Seward hasn't contacted them at all. Now, the Christmas illuminations in a town in our region have had a celebrity switch on. It's not Duncan, but this is 1 year after they were sabotaged by vandals. Security was tight in preparation for this year's much-awaited display in Holt in North Norfolk. Residents patrolled the streets alongside the police to ensure that there wasn't a repeat of last year, when saboteurs wrecked the celebration just hours before the switch on. This year, only Fools and Horses star Trigger, who lives locally, led the big switch on. Football and Rotherham United have dismissed reports that the club's on the brink of administration. It follows an announcement earlier in the week that annual losses of £750,000 had taken the First Division strugglers' debt above the £1.5 million mark. But today the club quashed talk of administration. Now that's all from the Calendar East News Desk. Let's go back to Christine.
Thank you very much indeed. Now it's time for a real feel-good story. A teenager from Leeds has joined the likes of Britney Spears in winning a National Hero Award. 15-year-old Millie Womack has been honoured by the top teenage magazine Cosmo Girl for her efforts in fundraising. Well, our reporter Carolyn Hodgson has been along to meet her. This is Millie Womack, who has spent the last 6 years busking at a Sainsbury's store in Leeds and raising nearly £14,000 for charity. Millie was born with health problems, but she hasn't let that stop her from reaching her goals.
I was born with front-kiss paralysis of the newborn, which meant that I was completely paralysed down my left side. However, I overcame that fully, and I was also born with dyslexia, but I had speech therapy, and I've gone on to win the Junior Chamber of Commerce National Public Speaking Competition.
But what is it that motivates Millie to sit in a supermarket and raise money for charity rather than hang out with her friends?
Well, I found out that my great-grandmother was abandoned in London when she was 4 with no shoes on, and she was taken in by a charity like Bernardo's. And I also found out that my mother had had many miscarriages, so people in my family have been in quite a lot of pain, and they really benefited from the kindness of strangers. So I felt really that I owed it to charity to try and give something back by doing this and playing in my house.
I think she does a wonderful job, and to give up her own time, I think that's lovely.
I think it's wonderful, and I think she's marvellous, really.
Millie's flattered to receive the award, but what worries her most is, can she raise another £10,000 before her 17th birthday? How lovely and relaxing. What a way to do your supermarket shopping. Well done there to Millie. Well, what sort of things would you expect scientists to discuss at university? Would it be nuclear physics, biochemistry, perhaps almost anything about the origins of the meaning of life? Well, today they've been talking about something completely different. Boffins at Leeds University have actually come up with a formula, yes, a formula for making that perfect piece of toast. It's financed by a butter company, and they've spent 3 months working out what makes the most mouth-watering type of toast. They've even got an equation to prove their theory, as Chris Kiddy found out.
The world's press were there to witness research student Jonas eat toast. Reveal his crucial findings. To make perfect